It's welcome to Tap Into Your G. Now we gotta play it off. Okay, so everybody knows I always forget to record. So it's like when these bills arrive, we forget about the service that we're receiving. Like the water bill arrives, we see just an expense, but you're not thinking about the showers, the clean dishes, the laundry, or just being able to turn on the faucet and the water comes out, right? So when the internet bill arrives, what else? We complaining about Netflix. I mean, not Netflix, but internet. I have my internet through my phone bill, so I have Verizon, which is also just astronomical already. So the internet, though, is easy to think about that you're paying $80 a month or $100 a month, but what about the movies that you watched? What about the times you were able to do research on the internet, right? And just connect without even thinking about it. So it's not like we're complaining because the things aren't valuable, but we're complaining because we're accustomed to them. And now we're taking this stuff for granted. So we don't even notice anymore the value that we're getting. We're just seeing that the money is going out the door, right? So it's like focusing on the money leaving our hands instead of what entered our lives because of that exchange, right? That's the part that I think is the beginning of tapping into your G, where you can change your relationship with money, change the conversation that you're having with the money, because the bill gets our attention for sure, right? But the benefit often goes unnoticed. So, a lot of people have stressful relationship with money, right? We see how it stresses people out. They feel like they don't have enough. Like, how are we going to pay this? Why is everything going up? But they forget also what the exchange of that money is providing. So, it's like if you can begin to appreciate the things that you're receiving for the money, once you make that change, something else is going to start to change. So instead of seeing money as something that you're constantly losing, you have to begin to see it as a tool that's supporting your life every day, right? So you have to start recognizing that money isn't just leaving us. It's an exchange. You're exchanging it for comfort, convenience, experiences, opportunities, and solutions, right? So the more gratitude we have for what money provides, the healthier our relationship with money becomes. And when our relationship with money changes, the way we think about it, talk about it, spend it, and receive it, because that's what we really want. We want to receive it. That begins to change as well. So gratitude maybe isn't just about appreciating the things that money brings into our lives, but maybe it's one of the ways we can transform our relationship with money itself. So is there ever been something, a service or some convenience or something, maybe a physical possession that you had that you did not fully appreciate until it was gone? Don't worry, I'll wait. Anybody, you could put it in the chat. Anything. Oh, go ahead. Somebody saying something?
Yeah.
No? Oh, go ahead.
So before I end up getting my house, uh, I was staying in the projects. I'm talking about straight hood.
Mm,
So I didn't just appreciate just having, a place. I always assumed that I was better than the place, not remembering that this is my upbringing. This is where I came from. So me end up forgetting where I came from. I end up losing that place.
mm,
And when I lost that place, it took me almost 2 years, a year and a half
wow.
to get another place. But I was very grateful after that point, after I lost it, because yeah, I didn't living with folks ain't good. Stress that it caused of not being appreciative of that moment. Because at that
Mm,
moment I was learning where I was going and where I was headed, and I took it for granted, not appreciating it in that moment, the lessons that was coming from it.
Yeah, so you probably was like, dang, I sure wish I was in the projects right now.
Yes,
Where
yeah, yeah.
before you was like, man, I'm above this. What is this? Ah, it's
Man.
belief me. And now you're like, okay, so now I'm gonna sleep on the park bench. I mean, I don't know where you sleep. I was just making a little lighter situation, but that's a very valuable lesson, you know. So moving forward, do you feel like you have greater appreciation now that you said you're a homeowner? So what kind of things do you do or say or think to appreciate your current home? Or is that part of your practice?
Yeah, I'm grateful for it all. So right now, because I used to complain about, like you were saying, the bills and stuff. I I don't complain about none of that no more. Like at
Mm,
all. Like it's so humbling. I'm happy to pay, whatever bill I got. Because I remember not having
yeah,
those bills and what it, took for me to get to this point. Like I don't my life has been good learning that lesson. Like I
good.
don't pay bills like everybody else. My bills are done every 6 months.
Oh, excuse us. All right, everybody, if you need a loan, put in the chat. Put your Cash App in the chat so
Right?
Mr. Lee can go ahead and he said he ain't got to worry about no damn money. I know that's right. Go on and put it in the throw your Cash App in the chat. Anybody else
Congratulations,
want to
brother.
share? Yes, exactly. Congratulations is right. Of something that they didn't appreciate and then when they lost it, they thought about it differently. I had a car repossessed. Well, not once, but twice, I think it was. But the first time I was like, oh, they come get this car. You know, it costs too much anyway. Like, okay, dummy, how you about to get to work? Like, how are you about to drop your daughter off at school? And I remember the thought hit me as my friend called me because she was telling me, she knew my situation. She was like, you got to hide your car. You need to park it up by the pole. We lived in this little community. And I was like, I don't give up. And man, it was 6 a.m. I'll never forget. She called me and was like, I told you to park by the pole. They're taking your car. And I looked out the window and I saw my little Kia Rio getting dragged away. And I was like, dang, the car was filled with all my possessions, not everything I owned, obviously, but it wasn't even like, even though I knew they were going to come get it, I didn't prepare. So there was so much stuff I didn't even know was in the car that I ended up losing. And then I'm begging for rides and trying to arrange stuff. So, that was really not well thought out, and definitely there was a lack of gratitude. So yeah, so we talked about the bills and how we could complain about the services we sometimes take for granted, but bills are not the only way, as we know, that we interact with money. So most of us spend money every single day. And if you're me, it's multiple times a day, every day, okay? And every one of those moments actually gives us an opportunity to practice gratitude. So let me ask you this. The last time you bought something, what was your first thought? Was it I can't believe how much this costs. You
Yes,
know what
it
I'm
was.
saying?
And it was fuel.
Okay, that's good because we're gonna talk about that because that's a perfect example, especially now. So Shamika, where you live right now, how much is gas per gallon?
$5.30 a gallon premium.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah.
That sounds very exciting.
It's
Oh my goodness. So these are the challenges that we face, not just with the gas, with the food, the groceries, everything is like the price is going up and the pack size is getting smaller. The value seems to be getting smaller. So it's easy for us to have that first thought of like, oh, there goes more of my money leaving, right? But what we usually don't stop and think about is what did we get, right? And like I said, the groceries, we all know that those are high as hell and everything else getting smaller every 3 months. I order my food online mostly, so I'm like, oh, this is a good deal, and then I get it, and the thing is like this big when I thought it was gonna be this big, and it costs more than I'm like, yo, they getting us out here. But it's a good reminder to think about, you know, what did I actually get? I still got some type of food, nourishment, you know what I'm saying? The ability to prepare meals for myself, my family, and with the gas in your car, it's like the numbers go up every time you drive past the station. Down here, I think I saw like 389 today, which was lower because at some points it was at 4. So I'm grateful for the fluctuation of that. But of course, we're not going to ignore that gas is high, that groceries are high, but we got to put a little focus on what did we receive. So when you filled up your tank, Shamika, you got transportation, you got freedom, you got the ability to get around, do your work, visit your family, friends, do the things that you want to do. So
Facts.
that money was actually exchanged for something valuable, even though it seemed like maybe more than you wanted to pay. Still,
Absolutely.
yes, it was an exchange. So yeah, you got something. Same thing, cup of coffee, a dinner, getting your hair done, buying a gift for somebody you love. The money is always exchanged for something valuable. So does anybody have an example of something recently that you might have purchased that you're genuinely grateful for? Like that gave you some value. It could be simple, cup of coffee, you know, anything that you can think of that might have, you could be genuinely grateful for that thing. Hey, Ivory, you look so cute.
Oh wow, Jalita, thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
so I'm being pressured to get on camera, so thank you.
I know that's
And
right. Look, I could tell who did it too. Thank you. I ain't gonna call you out, but I see you.
and my son is on.
Hey, son. I love that. This is great. I'm grateful
M-
for that.
Me
Thank
too.
you,
So
Ivory. Go ahead.
thank you. So I'll say, not something that I bought with, but we'll go back to rent. So I moved into this apartment right before I had my triplets, and it was much cheaper then. And every I do a 2-year lease. Every 2 years, I'm like, wow, this is at some point going to be unaffordable. But I was able to, and still am able to maintain um housing, a roof over my head and my kids' head. And it was, I remember one time I was 2 months behind my rent. I got up to that and I've been able to maintain it. So it's a blessing. And I'm putting the focus because my son is on. Not that I'm not grateful, but it's a lot to maintain rent everywhere, but especially in New York City
Mm.
as paying the rent by myself and raising 3 kids. So DeWine, I'll say your mama maintained the house for us, and I'm grateful for that.
Yes, I'm grateful for that too. Hey, LaShawn, welcome
Never out
in.
to you on that.
Hello.
Wait, what did you
Yeah,
say?
I'm
Somebody
sorry.
said
I got my
something?
pencil.
Oh, I thought I heard a deep voice say something.
Oh, I was saying, I commented on Ivory, so shout out to Ivory for pulling that through.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's easy to focus on like the hard part of it. But like you said, Ivory, you had shelter for you and your family. You know what I mean? So that was a significant value as opposed to having to be in a homeless shelter or sleeping on relatives' couches. But sometimes it's easy to be like, oh my God, I can't believe how much it paid. I had to pay for this. Um,
Right.
for
And
me,
thank you.
oh yeah, go ahead. That's it.
I was just saying thank you to both of y'all.
Oh, okay. Thank you. For me, just today I ordered Instacart. Like I said, I live on the third floor and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Sometimes they leave my groceries at the bottom of the stairs and I get free groceries because they don't want to come up these stairs. But it's like I decide, you're gonna pay with time or you're gonna pay with money. And for me, the convenience of them coming up the stairs, me not having to go to the store and load the car and come up the stairs. So I'm grateful, and I'm a good tipper too, because I do sincerely appreciate that convenience, and I know sometimes the look on their faces when they get to the top of these stairs, they're not very pleased with me, but well, I gave you an extra $5. Like you know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate y'all, chiming in a little bit. So when we talk about money, we need to think about how gratitude can shift our focus as it relates to money because everybody probably wants to improve their relationship with money, to see more of it flowing in, not to have these heavy feelings, when it's time to spend money. So instead of seeing every transaction as money leaving our hands, start seeing it as value entering your life. So what if one day, every time you spent money, you simply said thank you. Thank you for this meal. Thank you for the transportation. Thank you for these groceries. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for this service. It's a very simple practice, but it changes what you're paying attention to. And when you pay attention, what you pay attention to often shapes your experience. It's almost always it's going to shape your experience, because what you focus on grows, right? So when you exchange money for goods and services, you're not just spending money, you're trading one form of value for another. You give money, you receive food. You give money, you receive transportation. You give money and you receive the convenience, the comfort, the experiences, opportunities, solutions, and all that stuff. So most of the time when you give money, you're not losing anything. You're usually getting something back. You're exchanging one form of value for another. So money is energy. It's a vibration. And as you know, if you think about energy molecules, it's always moving, right? And money is the same way. Money was never designed to sit still. It's designed to circulate. You have to get the money in circulation in order to get it in circulation, if that makes sense. So when you think about the money that you're spending at the grocery store with the high cost of groceries now, think about how the money for the groceries is also helping to pay those employees and the suppliers and the truck drivers and the farmers and whoever they pay their light bill to. And countless other people are getting a piece of the money that goes into those groceries. You know, when you go to a local restaurant, you supporting the business and the employees and their families. Money is constantly moving, right? It's constantly exchanging hands, and that's called circulation. So it's like you can't get something in a closed fist, right? So if you tight on the money, nothing else can come in. But once you can open, the circulation can flow. So if money is designed to circulate, what do you think happens when you start resisting the movement of the money? What might happen?
It stopped coming.
It'll stop coming. Or it'll just never come because resistance might be such a common part of your mindset and your feeling that it's just you like, this is just normal. It never came. What are you talking about? You know? So part of the resistance is the complaining or the feeling like, oh, everything costs so much. Every time I look up, it's another bill. Like, how are people supposed to live like this? Then you talk about how your paycheck is already gone before you even get it in the bank. Because it feels like that sometimes, right? But those thoughts create frustration. They create worry and resentment and stress. And the stress equals resistance, right? So resistance isn't like the act of paying the bill or like you don't want to pay it. It's the energy that comes with paying the bill. It's the feeling that the money is constantly being taken from you. It's focusing so much on what's leaving and losing sight of what you're actually receiving for this circulation of the money. A lot of people say they want more money. How many people, put your hands up, how many people want more money? I wonder if anybody in this call, okay, Roderick said he want more money. Okay, I guess it's just me and Roderick. And Lee already said he had Carolyn wants more money. Lee said he already got enough money because he pay his bills every 6 months. So that's good. I'm gonna assume half the people on here also would like to raise their hand and say they wouldn't mind having more money. Okay, Ivy. Okay, I'm seeing the hands come up now. Okay, let's keep it real in here. So I appreciate that. So you say you want more money, but then every time when it leaves, if you're feeling frustrated and resentment and you can't get the flow. So like if you had a pipe that water flows through, it's like you saying, I want more water to flow through this pipe, but I also don't want any water to get out of the pipe. What kind of flow is that? What kind of flow is that? The flow doesn't work that way. Money is meant to move. It's meant to circulate, to be exchanged, and it provides value. So what if instead of having that resistance every time it's time to spend money, you meet it with appreciation for what it provided. The food, the comfort, the experiences, the opportunity, because when we replace the resistance with gratitude, that's when the shift starts to happen. When you stop viewing money as something that's constantly being taken from you and recognize how often it's being used to support you, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when there's a shift. And that's when you can start to see that evidence in your life that your relationship is changing with money, you know? Does anybody have anything they want to add in there? Share, add, no pressure.
Yeah, I agree. To to get to where I'm at, especially being able to move how I've been able to move, uh, it took a lot of appreciation and gratitude before the money came, shall I say.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you said, I became more grateful before the money came with just taking value in the energy that I was being given and received, because that to me is more valuable than a dollar. That supports me way more than a dollar sign. The energy that I put out and where it comes from, the energy that is being put out there. What I receive in return is way more than any $100. Even they had $1,000 bill, it wouldn't be able to compare to what has really been transpiring, especially with learning, being grateful for it all, good, bad, and ugly.
That's good. It's important. Carolyn, was your hand up from before? I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was still up from. I think you said you can't talk. I didn't want to overlook you. Um and then Ivy or IA Frazier said that you have to be grateful for the job and the paycheck to pay the bills or what you can. So it's all about gratitude. And that's something else that I want to talk about too. As far as when you get in your check, you just like I already know I'm getting my check. I already know how much I'm getting. So you don't have that same level of gratitude as if it was just something new. Devontae, go ahead.
All right. So I wanted to go back on, you were saying something about being grateful for something, earlier. I didn't have a chance to say it, but I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to talk about, I was a bartender and I hated, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to bartend no more. I want to be this manager. I want to do all of these things. So cool, fast forward to where I'm at today, or, like a few months ago, nobody would hire me as a bartender. Like I
Mm.
had to take management off my resume because I'm just like, when I was living that life, I always had money. I was able to move and I wanted to get back to that. But it just put me in I don't know, in like, I was just thinking like, why I can't get back to that. But I didn't appreciate it when I had it. But now I'm just,
Mm.
I'm appreciative because I finally got a job back bartending. But it took me forever to get back to this. So I just wanted to talk on that part.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because when you have something, it is easy to take for granted. People,
Yeah.
relationships, we do it all the time with our mates. It's like, you ain't going nowhere. Like, oh, I'm about to leave your ass. So it's like you don't think about it when you're in the moment. Sometimes you don't see the value in the things. So, okay, so we talked about paying bills and how we can see value in that exchange and circulation and how we make purchases. But now I want to look at what money is already making possible in our lives. So, like I said, some of us may want to have lots of money, but many of us have financial goals, right? We want more money, more income, more opportunities, more freedom. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But before you can focus on what you want more of, let's acknowledge what you already have. So if you're able to grab a pen and paper, I just wanted you to jot a couple things down. If not, no stress, no worries. But I would prefer if you're able to participate to have a real pen and paper, because it's just something physical, something powerful about physically writing down the thing. It slows us down a little bit. Writing actually helps us become more intentional, and you create a different connection than just typing on the screen or trying to remember something. So if you're able, I'd like you to write down 3 things that money currently provides in your life. Just 3 things money provides. It doesn't have to be something that you own, but something that money makes possible. So think of 3 things. So we could think of examples like a place to live, transportation, food, healthcare, family experiences, travel. You think of, the things for you. 3 things: education, peace of mind. So I'll give you a minute to just come up with 3 if you can. All right. So once you have 3 things, now I want you to write for each thing why you're grateful for it. And don't stop at the thing itself. Just take it one level deeper. So if you wrote down your house, for example, what is it that your house has provided? Safety, comfort, stability, you know, a place that you can go and rest at the end of the day. If it's your car, what does your car have? What value is being offered to you by that car that you can be grateful for? Freedom, convenience, the ability to get around, go visit mom and them, go to work. If you wrote down groceries, what is it? Is it because of the food, the nourishment? So it's not just to identify what the money is providing, it's a goal. The goal is to connect the value. What is the benefit, the impact behind the thing? All right, so everybody hopefully has at least a couple things written down. So pick one thing off the list, just choose one of the things that you chose. And I want you to just imagine that thing disappeared tomorrow. Not forever, but just for one week. If that thing that you're like, oh, I'm grateful for my home because it has comfort and stability, what if your home was taken away from you for one week? What would change? How would your life be different? How would you feel? Because sometimes, like we talked about when Lee shared about the projects, we don't fully appreciate something until we can imagine life without it. Think about your health, for example. A lot of times we don't spend time being grateful for the ability just to walk, to drive, to work, to move through your day until something happens, till you get sick, you get injured, or some type of health challenge reminds you of how valuable your health really is. Same thing with the people, like I was saying before. Sometimes we don't realize how much somebody is contributing to our life, our high vibration, or the sense of connection we have. You don't realize it until it's not available to you anymore. And all the stuff that we were discussing this evening, it all works the same way. A house, a car, internet access, the ability to purchase what we need, the ability to pay for experiences and for conveniences. We just take things for granted. We stop noticing them because they just become familiar, just a regular part of life. And gratitude can help make the familiar things visible again. Gratitude reminds us to appreciate what's supporting us today instead of waiting until the thing, the person, the opportunity is gone. So, for anybody who was able to make a list, would anybody like to share an item from their list and how it would be if that thing disappeared? Ivory, are you trying to get in? Because I see your finger moving.
I'm in. Can you
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
So for me, thank you. So for me, I'll put my number 1 and 2. The third was food. So everybody's always grateful for food, for nourishments. I'm with food, I'm able to cook or not cook and still be able to, you know. But my 1 and 2, my number 1 was travel. So for a long time, I haven't been on a vacation. I spend my travel money to go see my kids. All 3 of my kids live in Atlanta. I live in New York, and if I wasn't able to see them, I'm sure some part of me would not just be sad, but I'll feel like I failed them as a mother to not be able to spend time with them. And then also, I'm very grateful to have enough money to have some fun. for me, the four walls being inside, it does make me sad. So the fun that I'm able to have, even if it's just being able to go to a parade. I just went to a Knicks viewing party and it was free to
Mm,
get in, but I had, you got to spend money in there. So I had to buy popcorn and I bought pizza. So travel and fun are big for me, for my
yeah,
children, my relationship with my kids, right? Um, and then the fun just provides basically internal balance to the work
absolutely.
life. So for me, those are my one and two.
And so if you couldn't do that for 1 week, the fun stuff, you said that it would make you feel sad. You do it because you enjoy this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm. And
if
it
it,
just provides balance. So I don't have fun like every day, but 2 weeks of no fun, yeah, no, I'll be struggling. I'll be struggling.
okay, that's good that you recognize that. So it's an
Mm-hmm,
opportunity, and like I said last week when you joined, that you're one person that I know you say thank you all the time. I know that's a
mm-hmm,
fact. So I'm
mm-hmm.
sure that you're already grateful that you have that luxury to be able to have fun, even if it's stuff
Right.
that maybe doesn't cost a lot of money. But
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely something to appreciate. So thank you for
Yeah,
sharing. Anybody
thank
else want
you.
to share something from their list?
Hey, Jalita, this is Tamika or Miko. Not sure if you.
Hey, Miko.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, thank you. I actually just want to share my number one, and it was having a home to live in, and my reason for really being grateful for that, and honestly, I'm grateful, very grateful.
Yeah.
But I feel my home is a safe place for me and also a safe haven for others when I open my doors to them and have let them come stay here with me. And if in fact that were taken away from me for a week, I don't know. I really don't know what I would do because I'm so used to sharing my space with others. I'm
Mm,
sure people probably will open their doors to me because I've shared with so many people, but I don't know. My home is just is comforting, is safe, is calming,
yeah.
peaceful. So it's like, oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't know.
Yes. It makes you think when you think about like,
Hmm.
it's easy to be like, oh, my mortgage is X amount. Or I mean, it sounds like you really love your home and it's not just about you. It's like a safe space for other people too. So
Hmm.
I hear appreciation just in you saying like, oh, this home is, an amazing safe space for people.
Hmm.
So thinking about if it was gone, even just for a week, could make you
Yeah.
have a greater appreciation for that safe space.
Yes.
So that's great. I love that you have a peaceful home. People often tell me my home is peaceful, like when they come in, like, oh, if there's good energy in here. And
Nice.
sometimes they be wanting to spend the night too, Miko. So I
I'm
don't know.
sure. I'm
Or
sure.
actually move in.
Yes, this one
Right.
over here.
Yes.
He's a witness to that. But yeah.
I miss
Anybody?
my little room. Anyway.
I know that was a big room. Don't do me like that. It was a spacious suite. Nah, it was. Did you want to share something that was on your list, Devontae, or no?
Well, mine's it would be the ability. Well, this is just one. It's small, but it's big. But the ability to even pay my phone bill, because without that, I wouldn't even be able to be on this Zoom call every week.
Exactly.
Or I mean, so that's
And
kind
do
of
you even know, like, if you had no phone service, how many people on here can pick up somebody else's phone and call somebody they know if you didn't have access to your phone? Back in the day, we remember every phone number in the Tri-County area by heart, just
yep.
everybody number just in your head. Now I barely remember my own phone number half the time. It's so convenient to just look in your phone, but that's definitely something to be grateful for. Like, what if I didn't have, like, when Verizon had those outages?
Everybody was
Man,
going
that was a
crazy.
whole different life. We were very distraught. It was chaos. And that was just for a few hours. So imagine a whole week of just no phone. So it'll make you angry with Verizon, but also makes you appreciate, the service that you're getting. Because Verizon is a little elite pricing module. We'll say that. I'll call it that. Um, okay, so I appreciate that. The people that wanted to share, we love that. So, out of the stuff on your list, now just think about, is there anything on that list that right now you realize, even listening to some of the people sharing, that you might be taking it for granted? Because when you think about not having it, like, wow, I should be more grateful for this thing. I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah, really. Okay, for me, listening to everybody, I took the little money thing for a little ride. I see. The first thing that was on my list was my kids. I had been away from my children for like 8 months, you know, and that was horrible, like horrible. And throughout them little 8 months, it took me, it took my mind somewhere else. But that's the only reason I'm able to move the way that I move. Um, in the time that my children was taken away from me, I learned how to make money
Mm.
and how to make money for me.
Oh, nice.
So
You
if
got
I
the
want to,
circulation.
yeah, I'm telling you, these stock things, hey, it's the truth. It's the
Okay,
truth.
good.
But it helped me listening tonight. Helped me appreciate, get back to appreciating that. Um, even though that was just a little season, it was a time. It really did shape my last year. You know, it helped me understand what being a present father means. It helped me understand what being, at least the value of energy and time. Not so
Mm.
much of a dollar sign. Because like I said, I figured it out. But it took me going through, you know what I'm saying, them 9 months, 8 months or whatever, of not having them to be able to get to the point of being appreciative of the time and the value of just being present. Time, you know what I'm saying, we all aren't guaranteed that every day. But every
Right.
day that you're here, you know, find something to be grateful for.
Absolutely. Because you don't want to wait until the thing gets taken away before you decide to show appreciation, because sometimes that's really when it's too late. You
Mm-hmm.
can't. Luckily, you were able to reconnect with your children, you know. Um, so Carolyn said very peaceful in the chat. And the value of energy and time, Madama said, like, that's irreplaceable. You know what I mean? Like, time cannot be restored. That's why I was saying with my groceries, I'd rather pay with the money than the time. Like, my time is so valuable that I don't have to spend 2 hours to go to Costco. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I could, but you know what I'm saying. So we talked about appreciating the bills we pay, the purchases we make, the thing that money already provides in our lives. And most people, like I said, want more money to come in, but they're not appreciating the money that goes out. They appreciate receiving the money, but then they resent spending it. But what if gratitude could exist in both directions? What if every dollar that left your hands was met with appreciation for the value it provided? The food, the comfort, the opportunities, and something else to consider is, how often are you feeling gratitude even for the money that comes in? So a lot of us are grateful for our paycheck, like the first 2 times you get paid from your job. But then after a while, it just becomes the regular thing. You expect it. It's routine. Like, I even know almost to the minute on the clock what time my direct deposit is gonna hit from my job. But am I always like, oh my goodness, no, I'm just like, okay, what took y'all so long, right? So it's like you come to rely on that direct deposit, just like the electricity we talked about, the internet, the water coming out the faucet. Like, we just take it for granted that it's going to be there. But when those things are missing, you definitely notice it. But when it's there, sometimes we struggle to appreciate it. So if we can stop resisting the money going out, stop that feeling of just aggravation or frustration when it's time to spend money, because remember, you're getting something of value in exchange. So if you could stop complaining about the money going out and start appreciating what it provides, then you start to build a healthier relationship with money, right? So when you learn to appreciate the money that's coming in, then you start to view money differently, right? It's not something to fear. It's not something that's scarce and lack, but it's a resource that's already supporting your life in a countless way. Money was designed to circulate, like I said, not just into our lives, but actually through our lives. So right now, we're in the last few minutes. I want to give you guys like a 3-day challenge that you can participate in if you would like. But you may see some results, even if it's just a feeling of relief or a better feeling of what your relationship with money is, right? So for the next 3 days, every time when you spend money, pause and say thank you for what you receive. Instead of saying like, I can't believe this cost so much. Instead, just be like, thank you for this meal. Thank you for this tank of gas. Thank you for the electricity, the internet. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for the home. The goal isn't to ignore the reality and that maybe the prices of things are going up. Maybe your paycheck is smaller, but the goal is to shift your focus from the money that's leaving your hands to the value that's entering your life. So for the next 3 days, become aware of your relationship with money. Notice your thoughts when you spend the money. How you feeling? Like once you hit confirm payment or swipe your card or tap it, what kind of emotions are being stirred up? How are you feeling when the bill arrives, right? Notice whether you're focused on what you're losing or on what you're receiving. And another challenge that I will give you is at the end of each day, write down 3 things that money provided for you that day. And don't stop at the thing, take it a level deeper like we did. Not just the groceries, but for the nourishment the groceries provided. Not just I paid my electric bill, but I'm grateful for the comfort, convenience, and quality of life that electricity provides. Because the more you appreciate what money makes possible, the more aware you'll become of the role it already plays in supporting your life right now, today. Right now, today. And don't forget the other side of the equation. Take a moment to appreciate the money that's coming in, the paycheck, the income, the unexpected refund, the client payment, your cousin-in-law, baby mama, sister Tracy paid you back your $40, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Because we always notice when the money is missing, but let's start noticing also when it's coming in. So this week, I want you guys, if you can, to practice noticing the presence of the money, the value of the exchange, and just the importance of the circulation so you can improve your relationships with money and start feeling better about having it, spending it, receiving it, so that you can get that flow to go through that pipe. So the unexpected money for a new phone in my case, does that mean you found some money in, I don't know, can you unmute?
Yes. No, my phone, the one that I'm on right now, it's been tripping lately. It's so messed up that
Uh-huh.
Apple said that they would send me another same phone for free.
Oh wow, it's really
That's
messy.
it's pretty messed up. And so I thought about taking them up on that offer. However, whatever phone that I chose, they would put a hold for that value on my card, and I wasn't too keen on doing that.
Right.
Um, but somebody, another loved one, had came and said, "Hey, my birthday is on the 20th. Hey," and
Happy birthday.
thank you. And they said, "Hey, I know you need a new phone. I tried to call you 7 times today, and I said my phone has been right here beside me, and I
Right.
have not heard it ring." So they said, "Go ahead and pick out a phone up to $500 value and consider it a birthday present." And I was like, "Oh
Nice.
wow, thank you." So
I
I
love
ordered it.
that.
Ordered it from Amazon to maximize. Ordered it unlocked, and it's due to come between. It's on its way now. It's out for delivery now. So,
I
uh,
love that. Now,
problem solved.
were
And
you frustrated with your phone or did you feel grateful?
yes,
Okay.
I I was both, to be honest with you, because I use it and I realize it's a way to communicate, but it would just be frustrating when somebody would say, "Well, I text you or I tried to call you and you sent it to voicemail," and I said, "My phone has not run. I have not touched my phone. I did not send you to voicemail."
I think it was protection too, because some of them people you probably didn't even need to hear from them in the moments. Like,
That is
no, you was
true.
probably begging. No, I don't know what they was calling
No,
about.
for at least for one of them, I can definitely say that. Yes.
They was begging. Well, see, look at your protection. I'm grateful for that.
Mm,
That's dope, though. Congratulations on that. I
thank
appreciate
you.
that. Did anyone else want to share anything before we close out for today? I will say again, I did go ahead and pin the website so you can get on my email list through the website, get add the Zoom call to your calendars and get reminders. No pressure whatsoever. This is great. I think this is my biggest one yet. So I really clapping it up for you guys for coming in to talk about, listen about gratitude and money and just how energy plays a big part in what's happening, our experience here in life. Um, so if
Quick
anybody,
request.
oh,
I have a quick request. So a
yes.
couple of times you said your energy. Can you explain that? Because I don't know that everybody knows what
Oh
that means.
yes.
Please.
Okay. So
Thank you.
again, thank you. My brand is called Raise Your Energy. And it came about, I was talking to a friend and he had this little accent. So he was like, yeah, because your energy, and we were talking about energy. And when he said energy, I heard energy, and everybody calls me G. And I was like, I got so excited, y'all. I was like jumping up and down and hollering because I felt like I had cracked the code. And so it's inner and then G period E period E period. And the GEE stands for gratitude, emotion, and elevation. And those are the three components that I tapped into that have changed my life. You know, I've manifested so many things. I live from a place of happiness and positive energy. Probably, I would say 90% of the time, you know, it's very much a lifestyle for me. So I'm passionate about helping people understand the power that they have once you can understand, recognize, and tap into gratitude, emotion, and elevation to change your life and change your expectations. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Thank you, Ivory. That was a good reminder. So I appreciate y'all for joining. Hopefully we'll see you. Thank you so much, Miko. You're welcome. So next week, like I said, I will be out of town, but if you get on the email list, I will be able to email and say, hey, Zoom call will be postponed until the following week. And again, you can add it to your calendar. So if there is a cancellation, I will go ahead and just cancel for that particular day so you can stay up on it. So I hope to see you guys soon. And again, thank you so much. And until next time, be happy, be grateful, be mindful, be you. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having us as well. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
So
you.
good to see you guys.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks,
Definitely.
Ivory, especially.
Thank
Super
you.
shout out. Have a good night, guys.
Good
Me
night.
too.
You
You too.
too. Thanks for the invite.